Hello and welcome to Study MBA India. My name is Abhijit Sinha and today we will discuss how to score more than 95 percentile in CAT. So first of all, we have to see that what are the changes made in the CAT 2020, right? Because as you all aware that CAT has released a notifications regarding CAT 2020, and you must be aware that this year IIM Indore is going to conduct the CAT. So whenever IIM Indore is going to conduct, IIM Indore definitely do some changes in previous patterns. So this year they have changed the time from 3 hours to 2 hours. Previously there were 3 hours. Now in CAT 2020 the total time will be 2 hours, and section wise if you see the section time has previously 1 hour. Now the section time will be 40 minutes each. That means what? For VARC, for DILR and for quant, for each sections you will be given 40 minutes to solve that sections. And previously as we know that the number of questions were 100, right? But the time was 3 hour. Now the time reduced and the time is 2 hours. So as you can see that the time is reduced by one third. So my opinion says that the number of questions will also get reduced by one third, and somehow it will be approximately 66 questions. This will may not be the actual number of questions because CAT did not release any notifications till now regarding number of questions. Maybe 1 week later they will reveal that how many questions will be actually in CAT 2020, but as of now according to my experience and my opinion, this says that the number of questions will be somehow around 66. That means what? In the VARC section there will be 23 questions and 20 questions will be in DILR set, and again there will be 23 questions in quant. Why I am saying 23 here and 23 here, there is also logic behind this because previously we know there were 34 questions in BARC and the same number of questions 34 is also in quant, and DILR has a lesser questions, that is 32 questions, right? So here this is 20 questions, so maybe there will be total 4 sets, or if they increase the number of sets 4 to 5, then in that case this will be 24 questions, and in that case quant will also goes to 24, VRC also goes to 24, then in that case the number of questions will become 66 to 72. But I think 72 questions will not be fair because the time is 2 hours. So the fair number of questions should be 66 or somehow close to 66. So now let us say discuss according to that only. So if there will be 23 questions in VARC section, so that means what? Total there will be 15 to 17 MCQ questions and 6 to 8 non-MCQ questions in VARC section. Similarly, in DILR sections, there will be 14 to 16 MCQ questions, which is multiple choice questions, and this is non-MCQ. That means what? You have to put your answers in the box provided. Now, similarly in quant also there will be 15 to 17 questions, and for the MCQ, and for non-MCQ this is 6 to 8 questions. So somehow around 1/4 questions is basically 1/3 to 1/4 is non-MCQ in each and every section. So that's why I have kept MCQ as 15 to 17 and non-MCQ as 6 to 8 in VARC as well as quant, and in DILR the MCQ will be 14 to 16 and non-MCQ will be 4 to 6. The all these things I am discussing, this is the only my opinion. This is not may not be the actual number of questions that will come in CAT, right? So this will be the number of questions. So now let us see that what are basically the important topic, what important topic should we focus, as because we know that we have less than 60 days for CAT exams, right? And in this video basically we will be discussing that in 60 days, or in fact in less than 60 days, how we can score more than 95 percentile, right? So here we will discuss only how to score more than 95 percentile in CAT in just less than 60 days. So now first of all, let's look at what are the important topic under VARC, DILR and quant. So as you can see that in VARC, the passage is most important. These are the important, out of which passage is the most important topic. At least 4 to 5 passages previously were coming. In this year definitely 4 passages will come. That means what, around 15 to 16 questions maybe will be from passage only. Grammar is basically used in para jumble, in para completion, para summary, right? Or grammar basically may be used in passage also, because grammar is important, right? Now the para jumbled and odd one out. What is para jumbles? So para jumble is basically the sentence arrangement. There will be 4 or 5 sentences given, out of which you have to arrange the sentence in a sequence to make a meaningful paragraph or a meaningful passage, we can say. And in para jumble basically one new type of questions is coming, that is odd one out. That means what, let us say 5 sentences is given and you have to make a paragraph. So out of 5, 4 will be suitable and the one that will be not suitable, one is not fit in that paragraph, maybe the meaning will be different, so that you have to choose. That is basically the odd one out, right? And the para completion, this is also the most important. Para completion, in para completion basically one paragraph will be given and the last sentence of the para will be deleted, or that will be fill in the blanks. So you have to choose the options and you have to fill. So this will be basically the multiple choice questions. This will be definitely the multiple choice questions, and this will be non MCQ. This is also MCQ type questions. Maybe some non MCQ also it might be possible in the passage. Similarly, para summary. In the para summary also, that one paragraph will be given and you have to choose the options, that which options basically best describe as a summary of the para. So here also definitely the questions will be based on MCQ. Now the critical reasoning questions maybe you will get directly or indirectly. That means what, this may be included in passage. This may be included in passage. Why I'm saying this may be included in passage, that you may get the question based on inference, or what are the author's point of view, or what is the theme of the passage, like that type of questions will be basically asked in critical reasoning questions, right? So these are basically the important topic that comes under verbal ability and reading comprehensions. Also verbal ability, that means what, your vocab should be strong. So if your vocab is not strong, that means what, let's say if the question is based on synonym or antonym, you will not be able to solve that type of questions, right? So please focus on VARC also, but as we know the time is leisure, so you may not be able to focus on this too much. So definitely focus on passages. Try to solve at least 1 or 2 passages on the daily basis and para jumble questions on daily basis. Definitely these two on the daily basis. This is the major part of VARC, right? Now let us look at in DILR sections. So first of all, this is basically the topics under DI: the table, bar graph, pie chart, line graph, caselet, games and tournaments, roots and network, and reasoning based TI and quant based TI. And the below are the topics are linear arrangement and circular arrangement, selection and distribution, ordering and sequencing, roots and networks, right? Analytical puzzles. So roots and networks is here also, and roots and networks is here also. So basically sometimes question is coming out, that means what, DI and reasoning combinedly. So that you can say that is basically the reasoning based DI questions, right? So here this is the major part is what, that the question is definitely coming on caselet. So this is the most important topic I'm saying. Questions definitely coming from this topic, that is games and tournaments. So this is also the important topic, right? And the question is coming from these two topics also. So this is also, this I'm saying, this is also the important topic. Important is what, the roots and networks I'm saying, right? And the analytical puzzle, this is the most important, because in every year the questions comes from analytical puzzles, definitely that comes. So if I say there will be 4 to 5 sets, maximum there will be 5 sets and minimum there will be 4 sets, that means what, 20 to 25 questions maybe will come in DI and LR sections. So if there are 4 sets, that means that definitely we can say that one set will be definitely based on the caselet and one set will be definitely based on the reasoning based DI, right? And one more thing here that we saw is the selection distribution and ordering and sequence. This is also the important topic. So these 4 5 topics are basically the most important topics. Risk topics are also important. So try to learn all the topics, right? So that if the questions is basic, you should not left that questions, right? If the question is difficult, you try to solve the questions, but if basics, you definitely solve questions. So that's why I'm saying that try to learn each and every topic, but as because the time is lesser, if you do not have that much time and you have not learned all these topics, then try to focus on these most important topics only, right? Because in less than 60 days you can improve these topics and you can score well in DILR sections, right? Now let's look at the quant sections. In quant sections, most important is arithmetic, because at least 40 to 50% questions come from arithmetic section. सो फ्रेंड्स, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है। अर्थमेटिक में जो भी टॉपिक अच्छे से आपको नहीं आता है उसको अच्छे से कर लीजिए, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस, अब मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ टॉपिक्स लेके रखे, राइट? द टॉपिक्स आर द रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन वेरिएशंस, परसेंटेज, प्रॉफिट लॉस, पार्टनरशिप, simple interest and compound interest, installments, stock and shares, time, speed and distance, time and work, average, mixer and allegation, and this is clock and calendar, right? So questions will be based on this. However, the most important topic that definitely question will come from, that definitely will be 1 to 2 questions from time, speed and distance, and similarly 1 to 2 questions from time and work, right? So time, speed and distance, what are the question, what you have to learn in time, speed and distance is the relative speed type questions, right? Boat and stream, you must learn the train related questions, right? Elevator, and obviously the basic questions of time, speed and distance, right? Similarly, now if you say in time and work, so time and work most important is basically the pipe and cistern, number of persons type questions, that means group of persons, basically you can say if some group of persons is doing in this much time, then if this much persons left, like that type of questions. And here see, the basic thing is what, that in SI and CI there is question only formula based questions. If you know the formula, you can solve the questions. So this is the formula based, so definitely learn the formula of SI. Installment is the basic question. Stock and share, sometimes you will get the questions or you may not get the questions, so this is not that much important topic. But SI, profit and loss, definitely you will get 1 and 2 questions, and the percentage will be included, right? You will not get directly questions based on percentage, but definitely you will get. And similarly, the ratio proportion, you will get 1 questions from this. Average mixers, average you will get at least 1 questions, mixers you will get 1 to 2 questions. Clock and calendar, maybe you will get 1 question or you may not get any questions based on clock and calendar. So here in this CAT'20, I am saying in CAT'20 you will get at least 7 to 10 questions from this arithmetic sections. That is for sure. This is for sure. I'm saying you might get more than 10 also, but definitely you will get in between 7 to 10. That is for sure. If your arithmetic is good, you will get a good score in quant and also will get a decent percentile, right? That we will discuss in later, that in how much mark you will get, how much percentile. So now let us first of all look at in numbers sections also, right? So number में basically हमारे पास क्या है, decimal related questions, recurring decimal 1.333 and something like that. Divisibility rule, कौन सा नंबर किससे डिवाइड हो सकता है, क्या रूल है उसका. फैक्टर्स एंड कोप्राइम फैक्टर्स, सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स. फैक्टर्स एंड कोप्राइम फैक्टर्स का मतलब क्या है कि सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स कितने होंगे, क्या होंगे, नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ फैक्टर्स, लाइक दैट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, राइट. LCM HCF based. This is IGP is the greatest index power. This is basically the greatest index power. Greatest index power question is like, let's say in 10 factorial, if we divide it by 2 raised to the power m, and if I say the remainder is 0, the maximum value of m will be what? So we have to find out the max of m. That will be what? That type of questions basically. Now finding the last digit, last two digit, remainder in which the negative remainder theorem, and how to find out the remainders. Number system, this is the base system. The question, binary, octal, hexadecimal, duodecimal, that type of questions basically comes under number system. So previously number system and this entire topic basically cover the major part after arithmetic. Now also it is a major part, but the number of questions had reduced, so hardly you will get from here is 4 questions. Maximum you will get that the 4 questions in this CAT 2020 I am saying, right? Now let's look at the more topic that comes under quant. Geometry. So under geometry is basically here the lines and angles, triangle, circle, polygon, right? So all these basically comes under geometry. Then mensuration, this is the formula based questions. So mensuration definitely you are going to get 1 questions. So at least try to learn some basic formula from mensurations, right? Coordinate geometry, trigonometry, height and distance. So you are going to get at least 3 to 4 questions from geometry. At least I am saying the maximum will be 5 to 6, not more than that, definitely. So geometry mensuration you will get 1 to 2 questions, not more than that. Coordinate geometry 1 questions. Trigonometry and height and distance you are going to get 1 to 2 questions. So that's why I am saying that the 3 to 4, this is the minimum one, or the maximum is 5 to 6. So again I am saying that if geometry, mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, height and distance is not your strongest part, अगर ये आप इसमें वीक भी हो, then guys please basic जो है ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का, हाइट एंड डिस्टेंस का, कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री का, मेंसुरेशन का एंड ज्योमेट्री का, उसको आप डेफिनेटली जो है उस पर वर्क कीजिए, सो दैट बेसिक क्वेश्चन जो है वो आप कभी भी एग्जामिनेशन में छोड़ के नहीं आए. अगर मैं सिर्फ बेसिक बात करूं तो इजी क्वेश्चंस की मैं अगर बात करूं तो आउट ऑफ 23 जो आपके पास 8 क्वेश्चंस होंगे ना, दैट विल बी इजी. इजी जो होगा वो आउट ऑफ 23 8 क्वेश्चंस होगा. डेफिनेटली दिस 8 क्वेश्चंस विल बी इजी. जो बेसिक होगा आप उसको डेफिनेटली बना सकते हैं अगर बेसिक फॉर्मूला आपके पास पता होगा तो, राइट. आप किसी भी ईयर का क्वेश्चंस जो है वो उठा करके देख लीजिए, आपको 8 से 10 जो होगा वो इजी क्वेश्चंस डेफिनेटली मिल जाएगा, राइट. इवन ज्यादा मिल जाएगा आपको, बट एज बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस मैं रिड्यूस किया हूं, क्योंकि डेफिनेटली रिड्यूस होगा इस ईयर, दैट्स व्हाई मैं उसके बेसिस पे 8 क्वेश्चंस ले रहा हूं. अदरवाइज इट कुड हैव 10 to 12 क्वेश्चंस आप प्रीवियस ईयर में चेक करेंगे तो आपको इजी मिल जाएगा, राइट. नाउ कम्स टू अलजेब्रा पार्ट. So algebra is linear equations, quadratic equations. Now definitely you are going to get 1 to 2 questions based on quadratic. Definitely. Quadratic, which means ki this is basically quadratic and higher degree equations. Definitely you will get 1 to 2. Inequalities, modulus, functions, graph, indices, sets and maxima. See, this is the formula based topic. This is formula based topic. So that means what? Try to learn the formula. That means what? If direct questions are coming from log and indices and sets, you should not leave that questions. Definitely attempt that questions, right? And with 100% accuracy. So maxima and minima is also important. And again, I'm saying that here you will get again 4 to 5 questions, right, from these topics, right? Out of this, again, I'm saying that as because algebra is a little bit difficult topic, right? Someone is having problem in functions that I do not know much about functions. This is my the weakest part. How to improve it? Do not try to improve it because you do not have that much time so that you can work on function. It will require more time. But what I will suggest you is that at least try to learn how to find out the domain, range, inverse of functions. These are the basic thing, right? And some value of some special function, value of some special function, right? Because if you get basic question, you should not leave that questions. Basic question we should not leave. That is our main motto, right? So now let us come to this modern math and the last part of this quant section. So in this sequence and series, binomial theorem, set theory here, Venn diagram questions. Basically, there are group of persons, some liking football, some cricket, and some table tennis. Some are liking both football and table tennis, like that type of questions. So basically, you will get either in 3 variable, I mean 3 circle or 4 circle. You will not going to get in 5, but definitely practice on 3 circle because 4 may be the difficult one, right? But 3 will be the easier. So work on this permutation, combination, and probability, right? So again here you are going to get 3 to 4 questions, and PNC and prob at least you are going to get 1 to 2 questions. This is the minimum one. Sequence and series you are going to 1 to 2 questions, right? And here 1 to 2 questions on set theory. Maybe only you will get the single questions, or maybe you will get the set of 2 or 3 questions also, right? So this is the minimum, and the maximum you will get is 4 to 5, not more than that, right? So now these are the basically the topic, and from which topic how many questions you will get, that I discussed. अब मैं आप लोगों को ये दिखाने वाला हूं कि 95% अगर लेकर के आना है, 95 परसेंटाइल से ज्यादा स्कोर लेकर के आना है, तो क्या हमारा स्ट्रैटेजी रहना चाहिए, किस तरीके से हम उसको सॉल्व करें क्वेश्चंस को. तो ये है हमारा कि इफ वी हैव टू स्कोर मोर देन 95 परसेंटाइल इन कैट, क्या मार्क्स आना चाहिए, कितने नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस किस सेक्शन में अटेम्प्ट करने चाहिए, ओवरऑल क्या होना चाहिए. सो वीएआरसी में टोटल आपके पास जो मार्क्स का रेंज होना चाहिए दैट इज 42 to 45, विच मीन्स अगर आप 100% एक्यूरेसी के साथ क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करते हैं तो आपको 14 से 15 क्वेश्चंस डेफिनेटली सॉल्व करना होगा मोर देन 95. सी this is the guaranteed, I'm saying guaranteed, that means what, in 42 to 45 marks definitely you will get more than 95 percentile. For more than 95 percentile you have to score more than that. You can, for 99 or more than 99 you have to go to 45, 55, 56, that much marks, right? But I am discussing here for till now for 95 percentile only, more than 95. DILR sections you have to score in between 30 to 33. Your marks should be in between 30 to 33. That means what, the number of questions is 10 to 11 with 100% accuracy. And if you solve the questions, if your accuracy is not 100%, sometimes you do mistakes. So if your accuracy is 80%, in that case you will have to solve 13 to 15 questions to get more than 95 percentile in DILR section. And in VARC section you will have to solve 20 to 21 questions to get more than 95 percentile, right? Now in quant section you will have to score 36 to 42 marks to get more than 95 percentile. That means what, the number of questions is 12 to 14. So guys, solving 12 to 14 question is not that much difficult, right? That means what, if you solve 50% of questions correctly, you will get more than 95 percentile, right? And with 80% accuracy, this is 17 to 19. 80% accuracy is what? That means what, out of every 10 questions, 2 is wrong. If you attempted 10 questions, out of which 2 will be wrong, that is basically 80% accuracy. If someone watching this video and have less than 80% accuracy, then guys, please work on your accuracy rate, right? Do not just mark the questions like that, right? मतलब आया कुछ नहीं, देखा हमने और बस ऐसे ही मार्क कर दिए कि ये होगा। अगर वैसे सॉल्व करेंगे डेफिनेटली आपका एक्यूरेसी जो है वो 30-40% पे चला जाएगा। क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना है, फिर आंसर्स को मार्क करना है या फिर टाइप करना है। जस्ट लाइक दैट जो है वो कुछ भी होगा नहीं करना है, ठीक है ना। ओवरऑल हमारे पास जो है वो आपको अगर 95 परसेंटाइल से ज्यादा लेके आना है तो आपको 96 टू 105 के बीच में आपका मार्क्स रहना चाहिए। देन ओनली जो है वो आपका 95 परसेंटाइल से ऊपर आएगा। मे बी 95 में 95 परसेंटाइल आ जाए, राइट, बट मोर देन 95 डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू स्कोर in between 96 to 105 and definitely you will get more than 95 percentile overall in CAT, which means you will have to attempt 32 to 35 questions with 100% accuracy and 44 to 49 or 50 questions, right? It could be 49 or 50 questions with 80% accuracy, right? So as because now again total questions according to me is 66. I'm saying that we have to score 90 more than 95. So how much I have to 32 to 35 questions, right? 32 to 35 questions, that means what you can see that 50% of 66 is what? 33. So if you solve 33 questions with 100% accuracy, you will get more than 95 percentile. That means just look at, you will having how much? 2 hours, that is 120 minutes of time you have. If you solve 33 questions, that means what? You will have more than, for 33, in fact if I say the questions is number of questions is less than 40, if you attempt number of question that is less than 40, then you will have the time for each question is more than 3 minutes and that is sufficient. For less than 40 questions you have more than 3 minutes and you do not have to solve even 40 questions if you are solving with 100% accuracy. So somehow you have around 2.5 to 3 minutes. If you are going with 80% accuracy, then you will have somehow more than 2 minutes for each and every questions. Now the point is here, this is that in how much marks, what percentile you will get, that I discussed here, right? 80% एक्यूरेसी के साथ कितना क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना होगा, 100% एक्यूरेसी के साथ कितना क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, सो दैट हमको कितना मार्क्स आएगा, हम 95 परसेंटाइल तक कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं, इनफैक्ट उससे ज्यादा कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो आप 95 परसेंटाइल पहले आप लेकर के आओ, ठीक है, एंड मुझे बताओ कि आप नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हो या 95 पहुंच रहे हो, फिर मैं 99 परसेंटाइल कैसे लेकर के आना है उसके ऊपर वीडियो बनाऊंगा, राइट। बट एट फर्स्ट द गोल इज टू रिच 95 परसेंटाइल, राइट, बिकॉज 95 से 99 जाना जो है वो क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट है, उसके लिए अलग स्ट्रेटजी होगा और वो भी मैं डिस्कस करूंगा। बट टिल नाउ हम 95 परसेंटाइल पे फोकस करते हैं कि 95 परसेंटाइल कैसे आ जाए। सो डेली आपको क्या करना है, एवरी डे यू हैव टू गिव वन मॉक। For one mock, you will require 2 hour time for one mock every day and analyze that mock. Do analysis for 4 to 5 hours. Daily do 4 to 5 hours of analysis for total 66 questions. For total questions, basically we can say. Why I am saying analysis? Because बिना एनालिसिस के आप अपने स्कोर को, अपने मार्क्स को इंप्रूव नहीं कर सकते। अगर आप मॉक पे मॉक देते जा रहे हैं लेकिन अगर आप एनालिसिस नहीं कर रहे हैं कि आप कितना मार्क्स लेकर के आ रहे हैं, कहां पे गलती कर रहे हैं, क्या सिल्ली मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हैं या फिर आपको फॉर्मूला ध्यान में नहीं आ पा रहा था एग्जाम में, बिकॉज जब तक हम एनालिसिस नहीं करेंगे जो मेरा प्रॉब्लम्स है उस प्रॉब्लम को हम रेक्टिफाई नहीं कर पाएंगे और जब तक अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे, प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करना सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा एनालिसिस के थ्रू कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है, देन प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करने के बाद उसके ऊपर वर्क करेंगे और उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करेंगे, राइट। सो जहां कहीं भी आपको प्रॉब्लम होगा आप जो है वो मेरे साथ डिस्कस भी कर सकते हैं, राइट। सो एनालिसिस करना है मुझे 4 to 5 आवर्स, डेली एक मॉक देना है, बिकॉज यही वो मास्टर प्लान होगा आपके लिए जिसके थ्रू आप 95 परसेंटाइल लेके आएंगे। एंड जैसा मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बोला कि इजी क्वेश्चंस को नहीं छोड़ना है, क्या बोला मैंने, इजी क्वेश्चंस को नहीं छोड़ना है, बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ना है, इजी क्वेश्चंस को पक्का बनाना है। क्या करना होगा, बेसिक हर टॉपिक का फॉर्मूला जो है वो हम देखेंगे, फॉर्मूला किसी भी टॉपिक का भूलेंगे नहीं, बिकॉज इजी क्वेश्चंस जो होगा उसी से मेरा जो है वो मार्क्स डेफिनेटली अच्छा आ जाएगा। अभी आते हैं कि हमको यहां पे लेकर के आना है क्या 95 परसेंटाइल के लिए। ये तो हो गया कि डेली क्या क्या रूटीन रहना चाहिए, ठीक है। अभी जैसा मैंने बोला कि आपके पास 7 to 10 जो होंगे वो इजी क्वेश्चंस होंगे, राइट। 7 to 10 आपके पास इजी क्वेश्चंस होगा। आपको सॉल्व कितने क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, 32 to 35 क्वेश्चंस, राइट। 32 to 35 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं, जिसमें से 7 to 10 मतलब 1/3 आपका काम हो गया। 1/3 मेरा जो है वो वर्क डेफिनेटली डन है। अगर हम इजी क्वेश्चंस को बना लिए तो डेफिनेटली 1/3 वर्क मेरा डेफिनेटली डन है, हो गया मेरा काम, राइट। अब बाकी का 2/3 बचा, राइट। दैट मीन्स व्हाट, अगर 7-8 क्वेश्चंस हम बना लेते हैं, ठीक है, 1/4 बेसिकली 1/4 वर्क मेरा डन है। अब 3/4 वर्क जो है वो मेरा लेफ्ट है। वो 3/4 वर्क जो होगा वो आपका कहां से होगा, एक जो हम यहां पे बात कर रहे हैं कि डेली आपको मॉक देना है, डेली एटलीस्ट 1 मॉक, आप एक से ज्यादा भी दे सकते हैं, बट ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ मॉक्स देने के लिए डेली मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं, क्यों, क्योंकि एनालिसिस करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप 2 घंटा जो है वो क्या करेंगे, मॉक देंगे, 4 से 5 घंटा आप एनालिसिस करेंगे, तो 6 से 7 घंटा आपका चला गया, और 2 से 3 घंटा जो होगा वो डेली आप स्टडी करेंगे। 3 से 4 घंटा एक्चुअली रख लेते हैं, बिकॉज टाइम कम है हमारे पास। 3 to 4 आवर जो होगा वो डेली मेरा जो होगा वो स्टडी होगा, राइट। ये 3 से 4 घंटा हम लोग क्या करेंगे, डेली स्टडी करेंगे। सो डेली स्टडी करने के ड्यूरेशन में हम क्या करेंगे कि बेसिक जो टॉपिक जो है हमारा, जिसको हम कवर अभी तक नहीं किए थे, बेसिक छोड़ दिए थे, उनका बेसिक हम लोग 3 से 4 घंटे में क्या करेंगे, 1 घंटे टाइम निकाल करके या 1.5 आवर जो है वो हम उस पर टाइम देंगे एंड उस पर वर्क करेंगे। एंड जहां कहीं पे भी आप डिफिकल्टी फेस करेंगे, मैं आपको डेफिनेटली वहां पे हेल्प करूंगा। आप कमेंट बॉक्स में जो है वो कमेंट कर सकते हैं कि कहां पे आपको क्या डिफिकल्टी फेस कर रहे हैं आप, राइट, सो दैट उसके बेसिस पे उस डिफिकल्टी से कैसे ओवरकम करना है और कैसे आपको इंप्रूव करना चाहिए, उसके लिए मैं सजेशंस दूंगा। सो कमेंट बॉक्स में आप डेफिनेटली जो है वो अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को लिखिएगा, देन ओनली मैं आपके प्रॉब्लम्स को समझ करके आपके, बिकॉज एवरी स्टूडेंट्स में हैव द डिफरेंट प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट। सो अपने अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को आप वहां पे मेंशन कीजिएगा, मैं आपके प्रॉब्लम्स को जो है वो एड्रेस करूंगा, और जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आपका होगा उसके बेसिस में आपको उसका सॉल्यूशंस प्रोवाइड करूंगा कि कैसे आपको वर्क करना चाहिए उस प्रॉब्लम के ऊपर, सो दैट आप अपना मार्क्स जो है वो इंप्रूव कर पाए, और जो हमारा टारगेट है 95 परसेंटाइल लेकर के आने का, वो 95 परसेंटाइल का हम टारगेट जो है वो उसको डेफिनेटली अचीव कर पाए। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो। प्लीज डू लाइक and share as much as you can. If you have not already subscribed this channels, please subscribe Study MBA India and share as much as you can. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.